What's up? So I'm back from Orlando, and yes, I was in Orlando during the time of the mass shootings, or shooting. I guess it was a single guy. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it right now because it's kind of a big topical piece, and it's the largest mass shooting in the United States, or the deadliest mass shooting in the United States ever. Specifically shooting, obviously, there's larger terrorist attacks, unfortunately, but we'll cover it really quick, and then we'll get on to like the awesome stuff and just vlog on good notes. So people are using it as a big thing about the LGBT rights and stuff like that, and this dude, they did an interview with a dude, the shooter apparently, who claimed to be part of ISIS, and then he also had reportedly beat his wife before. And this guy is the guy who felt offended when he saw two dudes kissing each other and decided to then kill. I think the tally currently at the time of this vlog is 59 confirmed deaths plus the 50 plus injured. Like, come on, what the heck? So that sucks. Clearly, I don't think anybody can argue that that's a terrible thing. That shouldn't happen. Also, the political thing is everybody's like turning into like a gun control thing again, which honestly, all right, so America owns a lot of guns, obviously, and it's one of those things where both sides of the argument have perfectly logical and sound theories for it, where one side is we need to control guns, nobody should have it so we can stop people from easily being able to obtain guns, right? Sure, if nobody has guns, then obviously the idea is that no gun violence, or at least significantly less gun violence, will happen. The other side of the argument is if everybody is allowed to have guns and we actually encourage people to own guns and be training them when they get guns to how to properly handle them and use them, then if at any point in time somebody starts shooting somebody, then the other people who own guns nearby will be able to shoot back at that dude shooting at them, you know? So that logic is sound and good. I get that, obviously, because then the idea is it discourages people from wanting to do shootings and stuff like that because they know they're going to get killed. And also it stops from a large mass shootings. Obviously, whoever fires the first shot, you're not going to predict that very well. So they're probably going to get that 1 or 2 kills real quick, but it's going to stop from like 50 plus people from dying and then 50 plus people from getting injured, right? So both sides of the argument, logic is sound. It makes sense, both sides. The flaws on both sides is one, for the first side, is if nobody is supposed to own guns, but it's pretty easy to obtain guns anyway. Just like obviously freaking weed doesn't kill people, right? But it's a similar scenario to where weed was illegal, still is in a lot of places, but it was illegal everywhere. But people still obtained it because an object like this size isn't too hard to obtain, right? It's not too hard to conceal, right? Nobody knows I have a phone if you just looked at this, right? If you look at this now, obviously if you looked at it before, you know I have a phone. It's not hard to conceal a small object, so you're going to be able to obtain something. If you want to go and like shoot people up for the drastic, seriously bad side, or if you just want to go get a bag of weed, like you can. People will have contacts. Everybody will know a guy who owns a firearm. That's just how it will be. So people will still be able to obtain firearms and shoot back at people and shoot people. So obviously that logic's flawed. The other logic side, the other argument side's logic that makes that flawed is if everybody owns a gun to be able to shoot back at the guy who's a shooter to discourage them, what if you're confused? So what if the one person who's shooting at people initially definitely is the bad guy, and some other guy's like, what, who's shooting him? Is it that guy who's holding a gun? But the other guy who's holding a gun that they're looking at is also another concerned citizen who wants to stop the shooter. So suddenly these two completely innocent people wanting to do a good deed to stop the shooter are now shooting at each other, right? So in one side of the lyric, the theory is sound because nobody will have it and nobody will be like, it's not gonna be as easy to obtain, so most people just will be lazy mentality or whatever, or they just won't have a gun to do a crime in the first place. But it's flawed because it's still pretty easy to obtain a gun. The other argument is everybody's going to be able to defend themselves, which discourages people from wanting to do these crimes because they know everybody's going to be able to defend themselves. But the flaw of that is nobody really knows everything that's going on that time. Everybody's screaming and freaking out, so people might be shooting at like innocent people, then be shooting other innocent people at that point out of the confusion. So both sides, the sound like ideal part of it, if it works, is less people die. But the flaw for both sides that's also legitimate on both sides of the arguments is more people die. So like, you can't win. I really don't see how either side of the argument can actually factually beat the other side. And that's why like everybody's going to endlessly argue about this issue because it's a very large country. There's a lot of opinions, especially with the internet out there. Obviously this is my own opinion too, right? Everybody has an opinion. We all have minds, we all think, we all like have our own ideals, and it's one of those arguments that no side is ever going to really win. It's just how it is. But what I do think though is instead of everybody like fighting each other over who should own guns and who shouldn't, blah blah blah, we really need to focus on like breeding a country of love. Like freaking, we all need to just we need to do a better job as a country and a society as a whole to freaking like love each other and like just be compassionate and caring and like selfless, and stop being a selfish country, and be selfless and like help each other, and like just be more for love instead of for hate. Don't be in this hateful like argument of right and wrong. Instead, just be compassionate and caring and love each other. And if the entire society breeds towards that, if the upbringing for our generations to come is everybody happy and loving for each other, it wouldn't matter if gun control is a thing or is not a thing, right? If it wouldn't matter in the first place. But obviously, that's like a huge ideal that is highly unlikely can ever actually happen, because again, huge country, is hard to make everybody on that same page. Some people just have simply mental illnesses and whatever, so it's one of those things that's like, it's really hard that we're ever going to make it to a point where it's all resolved in a happy ending. If you look in the past history, there's always been like tragedies, and then people rally, and tragedies rally. I just hope that for this current generation and the next few generations at the very least, will be in the generations of rallying together and bringing out peace and like harmony and love for each other, instead of having a nation that hates each other and argues and bickers all the time, right? That's all I'm saying. But like, I don't know exactly, because I'm just a dude who's in front of a camera and plays video games all day. I don't know exactly how we can fix that, but I really hope some people come around and rally up organizations or something that can help like bring up positivity and love and caring for each other, instead of trying to like tear each other down in hatred and arguments with each other, while the true issue at hand is continually breeding, is progressing. And that's bad. The bad part's bad and progressing. And the good part's good, but not progressing that much. That's the problem. So that's enough of that. Sucks that happened this past weekend. Luckily for me, I wasn't anywhere near that area of Orlando when it happened. So cool, I'm still okay. But while I was in Orlando, I had a lot of fun. We played this game called Snake Oil. It was basically a mix between a salesman pitch and apples to apples. So basically, apples to apples, you have to like be able to provide your card that's supposed to like best match the topic card that's played, right? But you just play a card. It's all shuffled up. It's completely random. Nobody knows whose card's whose, and you just pick the best one. And it's like, oh, I hope they pick mine, here we go. And if anybody ever like speaks out and tries to like plead their case for it, then everybody's like, oh, look at you cheater, trying to plead your case and not play by the rules. But Snake Oil, actually, you have each person has their turn where they have their thing that they try to sell to the person who's the picker, because they turn over a card and it's like, what are you? I am I'm a lumberjack. And it's like, all right, well, let me try to sell you this thing. Like they try to like sell you like a thing and try to like encourage the picker to pick their item or whatever it is that they're trying to sell them over anybody other players as items, right? So that's brought a lot of fun. It's all like humorous things. You have to pair two cards to sell to the person. So like my friend Scotty got lumberjack, so you had to be a lumberjack, and two cards I picked. So you have a hand of 6 cards. You have to pick 2 cards to sell to them and combine it. So mine was 1 card was leaf and 1 card was signal. So mine was, sir, you are a wonderful lumberjack, and I know that after you've done your long, hard day's job of cutting down all those trees that you're supposed to, what's going to be your biggest problem? Where's more trees? I can't find any more trees. How do you find more trees so you can continue on doing what you love and being a lumberjack? The leaf signal. You can use this leaf signal to be able to find the nearest possible tree, so you can walk right over to it and cut it down and keep on doing what you love to do, being a lumberjack. It's a handy dandy portable radar sensor that signals out to the nearest source of leaves, which therefore will connect you to the nearest source of trees. Not only that, but it leads you straight to live trees and not those pesky bad quality dead trees you don't want to cut down. It's the perfect handheld, portable, mobile device every lumberjack needs, such as yourself, sir. The best lumberjack around. So I tried doing that, right? And like we sell it and we crack jokes about things like that, and people like came up with like random some people just didn't care, or they just had really bad cards that had nothing to do with the guy, so they just like play it and they're like, I hope this works. Let's see if we can try to sell it. It was freaking hilarious. It's one of my favorite games to play right now, which is awesome. And it's like a tabletop game, so you play it with a group of friends nearby. There might be an online version of that. I can see how that could easily be an online game as well, but obviously I just found out about the game last night, so I haven't looked into it online yet. But that was a lot of fun. Maybe we can play on stream if there is an online version someday, or for a YouTube video, whatever. But yeah, we also played some Super Smash Brothers. We played Enter the Gungeon together, co-op like local play, which is fun. Just all these random games. There's like a space game that everybody like was freaking out about, where you have to salvage ships and try to progress through levels and stuff. Awesome freaking times being with friends and like just hanging out. And again, sorry I'm not vlogging my time hanging out with friends as I discussed in the last vlog, and if you haven't seen that, then it's yesterday's, you should see it. Yeah, I just freaking had a blast, and it was so refreshing, and I couldn't be happier that I was able to experience that and hang out with friends. Now we're back home. We're getting ready to I actually have my Mirror's Edge 4th episode uploading right now to my YouTube channel. That takes a long time to upload, so I figured I'd do that first, and then I can record while it's uploading and edit my vlog while it's uploading. Yada yada yada. I get it, Chad. Get back to the point. I will eventually. And now is when I'll get back to the point. Weekend was awesome. My team TSM, they won. They're still undefeated in League of Legends. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but you're seeing this like the day after. If you're actually a League fan, you probably would know about this by now. Plus, you probably have Twitter, in which case you'd see all of your Twitter feed. If you're not a League of Legends fan, then maybe give it a shot. Or if you hate it, then okay. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to bed after I finish getting this. After this Mirror's Edge episode's uploaded, I'm gonna get this edited and all that stuff by the time it's uploaded, because it takes freaking forever. Then I'll get this set to upload, have it ready to go by tomorrow. I need to get to bed early though tonight. It's only you know, a brisk 5 a.m. in the morning, but early. Well, my previous early bedtimes were like 7 8 a.m. so like I'll probably be 5:30 a.m. by the time I go to bed tonight. I'm getting better at the sleep schedule thing, man. I'm getting better at it. I woke up today at 1 p.m. instead of like usually like 4 or 5 p.m. We're making those progresses as I discussed in 2 videos ago. So watch that if you haven't seen that ago from 2 days ago. So yeah, I'm gonna watch Teenage Mutant. I have the hardest time saying that name. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can say it fine, but if I try to say it fast, Teenage Mutant, yeah, I just slur it. It doesn't work out for me. But I can't even say TMNT very easily without specifically focusing on saying TMNT. Even then, you can't really tell if I'm saying M for Mary or N for Nancy in the middle of that. Why do you have to make it like the hardest name ever for your freaking franchise? I don't understand, but it's a freaking awesome franchise. I love pizza, I love turtles, I love ninja fighting and kung fu stuff, and you know what? I'm excited to watch the movie tomorrow. Even though the first one wasn't the greatest movie of all time, I thought it was still fine. And then this movie is probably not also the greatest one of all time, but you know, it's probably gonna be a cool movie. It's gonna be a cool movie to like actually watch and just chill and hang out with my cousin, and then I'll come back and play Trials all day. And it's gonna be great. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm sorry for covering like a really serious topic. Actually, I'm not sorry about it. However, I wanted to provide a lot more positive environments and positive energies throughout my vlogs, which is a big reason why I want to provide the good news from the weekend at the end of this vlog. But it's a serious topic, so I want to cover it. I try getting through it as soon as possible, with also covering as many points on that topic as I could. Back to gaming, back to news about fun times, and can't wait until the next vlog. I love vlogging so much now. Just being able to just sit here and talk to you guys on the camera and into this microphone is freaking sick, and I love it. And I still need to figure out this freaking green screen issue, and Tuesday have to do the next recording of the Let's Play on Tuesday. So that's what I'll do tomorrow as well. Until next time, citizens. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel because that would be cool and would make my day, which might be something regarding tomorrow's topic point. So we'll get up to that then. Goodbye. I love you guys.